Hello everyone, welcome! It's time for a new pandemic puzzle. The official Facebook pandemic page put out another one of these. You'll remember last time we did some stuff with the archivist and we cured the blue disease, and they put out a new one, so we're gonna try it out. So this one is called The Friendly Skies, and the goal is to prevent all outbreaks during the next infection phase. Currently it's the pilot's turn, and we've got the quarantine specialist and the containment specialist. So some notes about what is our starting situation. Our infection rate is 3. Our outbreak level is 7, which means one more outbreak and it's the end of the game, and that is the point of the puzzle. One more outbreak and we lose. So we got the pilot, who starts in Bogota over here. We've got the quarantine specialist starting in Madrid, and the containment specialist all the way over here in Delhi. We're assuming that we've just used the forecast event. Of course, coming up Milan, Hong Kong, and Algiers. Each of these 3 cities have 3 infection cubes already, meaning those 3 cities are going to outbreak coming up at the end of the pilot's turn. So we have to stop all 3 of them. So let's talk about the 3 roles that we've got here. He can't move using usual actions, like he can't do the dry ferry or do direct flights or charter flights. The only thing he can do, and he can't build research stations, that's not really that important here. But as an action, the pilot can fly to any city within 3 connections of the city that he starts in, skipping cities in between, and he can, or he may, with permission, take 1 other pawn with him. So that's going to be very key. The quarantine specialist, a favorite of many who play Pandemic, let's see if it focuses in here. Prevent disease cube placements and outbreaks in the city you are in and all cities connected to it. She is going to be incredibly key in this puzzle. And we've got the containment specialist. When he enters a city, crucially, with 2 or more disease cubes of the same color, remove 1 of them. So I think he's going to be very important in conjunction with the pilot. So let's look at this. We know that the 3 cities at the end of the pilot's turn are going to outbreak, and we have to prevent all 3 of them. So immediately what I'm seeing is the quarantine specialist is already adjacent to Paris. If she goes to Paris, she's going to prevent both Milan and Algiers from outbreaking if she's in Paris. So I think that's where we need to start. I think that's where she needs to go. And the pilot is going to be instrumental in getting her there. That leaves Hong Kong. So I think, using the containment specialist, we're going to need to get the pilot over to Delhi and then fly over to Hong Kong with the containment specialist so that 1 red cube can be treated and therefore preventing an outbreak there. Can we do this? The pilot only has 4 actions. So let's see what we can do. So from here, so the pilot can fly to Madrid, right? This is 1 action. Then the pilot can move here. Now that's 2 actions. That protects Milan and Algiers. I think we're already in a problem because I don't see any way for the pilot to now be able to get to Delhi. So the pilot can move to any city within 3 connections. I don't think Delhi is within 3 connections of Paris in any way you want to look at it. And we only have a research center over in Atlanta. That's not helping. So how do we get the pilot to Delhi? Am I miscounting? This way, that's 5 connections. This way, that's all 5 connections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we moved once. I don't think that's the way. I don't think this is actually helping. Let's reset the board here and take a look. Now, where the quarantine specialist is standing, she's already preventing She's already preventing Algiers from outbreaking. So maybe we can leave the quarantine specialist where she is, which means the pilot would need to do something about Milan in some way. We have to prevent the outbreaks before the end of the pilot's turn, meaning that the quarantine specialist and the containment specialist, they're not going to get any actions on their own. It's all the pilot who needs to orchestrate this. And he's only got 4 actions. Because notably, none of these characters actually start with any cards. We don't have any city cards. We don't have any events that we can play. None of that. And even if we did, the pilot can't use them to do direct flights or anything, because that's the limitation of his role. Now, can we do anything with the fact that the world is round? What if the pilot were to fly this way? Right? What if we did something like that? Does that help in any way? From Bogota, within 3 connections, is he can get to Sydney, he can get to Manila, he can't get to Tokyo, because San Francisco is within 3, Tokyo is in 4. So he can get to Sydney or Manila, but I don't know if that actually helps much. If he gets to Manila, he's over here. Ooh, this is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. So let's think. Getting the quarantine specialist to Paris protects those 2. But that's 2 actions. So the pilot, when taking one other pawn as a passenger, that pawn has to be in the same city that the pilot is in. It also clarifies that passenger abilities that occur when a city is entered, such as the containment specialist ability, affect only the city moved to. Again, no cities in between, but again, that's not really a cause of problems here. The cause of problems here is that we only have 4 actions. So if we move, the pilot moves to Madrid, but that doesn't help. Because he has to stop. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Why am I stuck on Paris? I don't need to drop the quarantine specialist in Paris. I can drop her in Istanbul. Istanbul also borders Milan and Algiers. So, if this is action 1, this can be action 2, and then this is action 3, from Istanbul to Delhi, that's 3 connections, and as action 4, we bring the containment specialist over to Bangkok. We can treat, or he can contain the red disease and remove 1 cure. It's the end of the pilot's turn. Milan, Hong Kong, and Algiers come out of the infection deck. Because the quarantine specialist is in Istanbul, both Milan and Algiers are safe, and while Hong Kong will get its 3rd cube back, but crucially, it does not outbreak. That was a tricky one, made more tricky by the fact that I was too focused on Paris. We just needed to go to Istanbul instead. Alright, there we go, everybody. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this, you can go check out the other pandemic puzzle, and check out all the other videos that we have on the channel. We currently have a Mario Party tournament series. You can see our helpers over there. We also have our first series of Share Play, which I am helping Peach play Kingdom Hearts. I hope you guys are enjoying that as well. And as we move along, we'll have more videos, more gaming videos, more board game videos, and I hope you join us for that journey. So until next time, bye-bye.